Hey, good evening, everyone. Sam Walker with you on this Monday evening. Thought we'd do a late night update, headed into the overnight hours, and show you a few things we've been able to find on the internet over the last couple hours as the first really major high tide of this storm has come and gone. And high tide is coming up in the next couple of hours. Posting this video just before 10 o'clock Monday night, and high tide's coming up between roughly 2:30 and 3:30 a.m. That's going to be our highest high tide according to the predictions from from NOAA and the tide gauges that they use. Duck Pier. In fact, I'll try to get this up on the screen here for you. Real quick, let's see if we can get this over onto that screen and bring that up for you, because it'll kind of give you an idea of what we've seen so far and what we are expecting. This shot, by the way, you're seeing right now is a live shot as we record this at 9:30 of just south of Rodanthe Pier. You can see the waves here, and we're at coming off slack tide, low tide. Starting to see the tide rising up now. And you can see there's shore break up underneath those houses there south of Rodanthe Pier. So let me give you, this is the tide gauge predictions for Duck Pier for the next couple of hours. This came from the Fiman. If you go to NC Fiman or search NCFIMAN, you can see flood gauges all up and down the coast of North Carolina in the inland waters, the sounds, the coastal creeks and rivers. This is the prediction for tonight's high tide, 4.5 feet. That puts it into the major flood stage. We've seen with our last high tide in the minor at around 3.3 feet, into that range. Saw with the overnight high tide this morning. Around 3.5, 3.8. So roughly 4.5 feet. That's the elevation expected with this high tide. And it'll be about 4 to 4.2 with tomorrow afternoon's high tide. So the overnight high tide is going to be the worst one we see out of this storm system. That's what we're expecting. And that means we're probably going to see overwash overnight. And that's going to cause problems with travel, especially along Highway 12 from Morgan Inlet down to Rodanthe, in Avon, possibly at the motels in Buxton. And also, don't want to forget about the four-wheel drive area north of Corolla, getting up to Swan Beach and Corova. We saw earlier today we had the water running up to the dunes there, pretty much making it impossible to traverse the beach. That's going to be the situation we have overnight. That's going to take it into the early morning hours. So we may be dealing with problems getting along Highway 12. Now, a couple of notes coming out. All bridges and roads remain open to traffic. There's not going to be any closures of bridges because of winds. Although our winds are going to be above 30 miles an hour sustained, with gusts up to 45 at times and even higher. Hatteras Ocracoke ferries, they remain suspended. It's a combination of the high winds, the shallow water, and the channels crossing Hatteras Inlet also causing problems. The Ocracoke mainland routes have been operating on a limited schedule today. That's probably going to happen tomorrow. Again, the wind's going to dictate a lot of that, whether we can run to and from Cedar Island and to and from Swan Quarter. So the problems are going to have blowing sand, standing water. We've already got that out there on Highway 12 with today's stuff. That's going to be a problem again tomorrow from south of Oregon Inlet on down the length of Pea Island, the Pea Island Visitor Center, the Merlo Beach, entering Rodanthe. The new bridge there, of course, the Jug Handle Bridge was supposed to be open by now. Probably going to open in next week, week after. That's, of course, not helping with this situation. You get down to Rodanthe Pier, where we're showing you right now. That's where those houses, about a half dozen houses at least, where the waves are breaking underneath them. That same area where one house collapsed over the winter. We did have a dune breach reported earlier today at Ocean View Drive in Avon. In fact, I'm going to switch over now to latest from Joy Chris at the Island Free Press. Got some photos from Don Bowers down there to show you, as well as the latest update from Hatteras Island and what they have dealt with today with high tide this afternoon. That's Cottage Avenue in Buxton, with water all the way down the street from the beach. And kind of similar scene there, Ocean View Drive in Avon, which is kind of what we expect. There's the motels in Buxton, and on down to cottages. You get on down into Buxton as well. But the latest from our friends at the Island Free Press is that here's what they've had. Oregon Inlet to Pea Island Visitor Center. Strong surf keeps taking away the dune near the Pea Island Visitor Center. NCDOT crews continue to fortify as much as they can. And sand and water on stretches of highway. Minor to moderate oceanside flooding reported. Highway 12 in Red Anthony, particularly at the S-curves and Merlot Beach area. In fact, we'll show you the camera there. That's the most recent shot. In fact, let me see if I can get that to refresh for you and give you the most recent, just after 9:30. You can't really see because there's nobody traveling it right now, but there's some water as you get down towards Corbina. That's at the top of the shot there. This camera, of course, as you enter Merlot Beach. Amazing that we will no longer get that view much longer from now once Highway 12 and that stretch is closed and moves. Here's how things look at the motels. Earlier, you can see the sand and water, a couple of vehicles moving through there right in the motels. You come into Buxton. That was shot from about 15 minutes ago. And we'll see if they've got a new one that's posted. Yep, that's just a few moments ago. Not much you can see there, but it gives you an idea what to expect. Here's a live shot from Avon, south of Avon Pier. All these video angles, by the way, courtesy of Surf Checks. So we move on down Avon, Ocean Overwash along Ocean View Drive. No overwash is impacting Highway 12. The roadway is mostly dry. Buxton, as we mentioned, the motels in northern Buxton on down to just north of the Lighthouse. Some overwash. No issues at Hatteras. No issues at Ocracoke. But again, all ferry operations to and from Ocracoke Island remain suspended. Both the Hatteras Inlet and the Soundside ferries were suspended this afternoon after running a limited schedule when the winds allow. But the winds are expected to stay up as we go through the overnight into tomorrow. So that's the latest there. We talked about the winds, north winds 30 to 40, gusts to 45 at times. Cape Hatteras schools will be on, students will be virtual learning on Tuesday. No trash collection on Hatteras Island. Don't roll the trash cans out until Wednesday. They did get Hatteras Village and Frisco done, but everything from Buxton on up, because of the winds, they aren't doing it, and they're not going to do it tomorrow. So that's the latest. We'll be on the Weather Channel around 7:40 tomorrow from here in the home studio. Not going to brave out there in the wind. Don't want to mess up my hair. And the tech just works so much better here in the studio. And we'll have an update for you after that once we get a better idea what's happened so far with the overnight high tide. And then tomorrow around midday, we'll do an update. And then tomorrow evening, once we get before everybody shuts it down for the night. All right. So have a great night, everybody. We'll be with you here on the Sam Walker OBX Twitter page and the Facebook page, as well as on the Weather Channel on Tuesday morning. So have a great night, everybody. We'll see you.